Warning, this video may contain content that may not be suitable for children or anyone else that is easily offended. Strong language, graphic content, nudity, bad jokes, and a possible idiot, aka myself, may be featured in the following clip. Viewer discretion is advised. Channel is not responsible for any damages that you receive watching this video. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Zems, and welcome to 3 disturbing children drawings and backstories. This video is by Mr. Nightmare, so if you guys haven't already, be sure you swoop down in the description box, click on that link, and go watch the videos in entirety, because I'm going to be pausing and stopping and talking through the whole thing. Yo, I'm about to be going over 3 reasons why you shouldn't have children. I mean, 3 reasons, 3 disturbing children's drawings and backstories. But man, thank you guys so much for all the support, man. Hope you guys had a good 4th of July. Don't get me wrong, I did record a video, but it got copyright strike, and I should give you a hint on which video it is to be coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, let's get it. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Zems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest.
This was the drawing made by a 6-year-old boy in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
The picture was found in his room by his older sister Tracy, who sent this to me, who was 14 at the time.
Intriguing.
And she showed it to her parents. In the picture is the family around the dinner table, drawn in a typical 6-year-old skill level. The reason Tracy showed it to her family is because she could recognize all the family members at the dinner table, even the family dog and cat. Who she couldn't recognize was the man sitting on the floor kind of behind the table.
The man.
Tracy said in her emails to me that when she was asking her little brother who that man was, he kept shrugging his shoulders and saying he's not allowed to tell. The man was drawn to be dressed in all black and has reddish brown curly hair, as you can see.
Okay.
Because of her little brother's refusal to explain who that 5th person in the picture was, she showed it to her parents, explaining that he likely had an imaginary friend or was pretending to be seeing ghosts. After the parents confronted the child at dinner, asking who the man in the picture was, the boy made a pouty face and shrugged his shoulders. He did this anytime they asked, with the most detailed answer from his mouth being, "I'm not allowed to tell."
Do you know, bro, he better than me, bro. My mama only got to ask me once. If she had to ask twice, best believe it was something coming after that, bro. It was either you gonna tell me or I'm gonna make you tell me, boy. It was no in between. But yeah, man, good on her. I think she watched my channel before. Red flag. She seen that drawing. She was like, hold on, wait a minute, time, offside, defense. You know what I'm saying? Traveling, like all that stuff, bro. Like no. Good thing she called a red flag on that, because I didn't know who that was. At first, I was like, okay, is it like is it like a redhead dude with a mustache, or is the red stuff blood coming out the head? Or like, I don't know what kind of stuff, but it was a curly hair dude dressed in all black, and if the figure's all black, 9 times out of 10, it's probably some demon.
The parents, specifically the dad, weren't fazed by it, as really a 6-year-old could draw anything and create some kind of crazy story in their head behind it. Tracy would be responsible for watching her brother often when their parents weren't home. And one day when she was left in charge of watching him, she heard her brother talking to someone in his room. Upon getting to his room, he learned he was just playing with his toy car set on the floor, talking to most likely himself as he played. Tracy asked if he was talking to anyone. He looked at her and shrugged his shoulders again, pouting his face. Tracy then noticed some candies on the floor of her brother's room. A specific kind of green apple flavored candy that she'd never seen her mother buy before.
Green apple.
She asked him where he got this, and he ignored her, going back to playing. Tracy took the candies, and that angered her brother, yelling, "Give them back." She waited until her parents returned home to ask if either of them had bought the unusual candy. Since the boy was only 6 and it was summer break, aka receiving the candies at school wasn't even a possibility, the random candies appearing in the boy's room became a concern.
There we go.
Even as the boy was scolded and pressed by his parents as to where he got the candies from, he still just made his pouty, angry face and ignored them. The boy was grounded by his father until he would answer the question, so he wasn't allowed to leave his room. The family checked the closets in his room, under the bed, even the closets outside of the room. The idea that someone was inside of the house was out the window. On that same night that he was grounded, Tracy sat close to her bedroom door instead of on her bed, so that she would easily hear if and when her brother in the next room would start talking. And sure enough, when he did, which to note was way past her brother's bedtime, she jumped up and ran to his room, opened the door, and saw her little 6-year-old brother standing at his open window talking to a man who looked as though he were about to climb into the room. Tracy screamed for her mom and dad, causing the man at the window to flee, and her brother began to cry. Once Tracy told her parents that a man was talking to her brother through his window, the police were called. The boy still refused to talk at first, but with the police there, he eventually said that his friend told him not to tell anyone about him, or that he couldn't come and play anymore. When asked his friend's name and age, he said he didn't know. When asked what the two of them would do, the boy said he would come with snacks and candies for him and just play with toys. When asked how they met, he said they met in front of the house one day when the man stopped on his bike and gave him some candy. After offering to come back with more candies and snacks, Tracy's brother told him which bedroom window was his, and that's when this started.
Bruh, that was a plot twist for the record books, boy. I did not see that coming. Like, I thought it was a demon. He dressed in all black, unless he had an all black jumpsuit on. So this dude, this whole time, this stranger is coming up to your house and you never even noticed it. And the fact that this dude is able to convince your son not to tell him, that's it. Man, I better teach y'all kids stranger danger or something, or put up doorbell cameras, or put cameras somewhere, bro, because that's incredibly insane how close he was able to get inside the house, man. Like, the 14-year-old sister, that's what I'm talking about, bro. No telling what that guy was up to. He probably would have got him, like, kept coming over and over again, trying to convince him with snacks and candy, and the next thing you know, he'd be like, oh, come with me to my house, and I have more, and then he would have left, and he would have been kidnapped, and who, God knows what would have happened, bro. Good, man. Good job on the sister, bro. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that coming. Number 2. I hope it's not as bad as number 1.
All the way back in 2015. This was sent by a mother of 2 children, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-year-old girl. Almost every night between the hours of 12 and 5 a.m., the boy would come to the parents' bedroom crying that he's scared because someone or something was in his room at the edge of his bed. The boy would claim that every night the person or thing would come out from his closet and move to the same spot at the foot of his bed and just stand there not moving. The first few times the parents would check the boy's bedroom just to make him feel better. The closet door would always be opened. When questioned why the closet door was always open when it was supposed to be shut, he would claim that it was because he was telling the truth about the thing in his closet. Every time the parents would show their son that the closet was empty, he would go back to sleep. Their 8-year-old daughter never had any similar issues to this. For a few nights, the parents would let him start sleeping in their room on the floor with a blanket. Eventually, though, after this had been going on for too long, the parents decided to humor him one more time and asked him to draw what the thing at the foot of his bed looked like. His drawing sent chills down his parents' spines. In the drawing was some grudge-like figure that seems like it would be enough to give a grown man nightmares, let alone a 6-year-old boy.
Shh, look at the kneecaps.
There also appears to be something at the window, and when questioned about this, the boy said that he sees it at the window sometimes too when it's not at the foot of his bed.
Jesus.
The parents' solution to this was moving their son's bed to the spare bedroom across the hall that didn't have any big closets. The mom who submitted this couldn't help but get a little creeped out herself at the drawing, and every time he would come crying to their room in the middle of the night.
Bruh, I don't know what that one was, bruh. Walking out the closet, bruh, he probably gonna be traumatized for life. I wouldn't even be able to help with that, bruh. Damn. You just gotta leave the whole house, bruh. Like, what's stopping her from walking down to the door in that room? You know what I'm saying? You can seal that room off, but all of this, it's gonna end the same. Like, it's still inside the house or still inside that room, bruh. You better call Ghostbusters, Shane and Ryan, somebody to come down there and check out the basement, bruh. Because for 9 times out of 10, there's always some kind of basement or witchcraft or something going in. And that don't look like no normal ass ghost, bruh. Like they said, it looked like something from The Grudge or The Ring or something like that. I don't know if y'all remember that movie, but yeah, she looked like the girl from The Ring, bro, with like one of those Pebbles and Bam Bam gowns on. But
this
number
third
1
and last one is a little different in that it's a mix of drawings and writing, and there's 3 different pages of it. This was found by the new babysitter of an 11-year-old boy named Rocco in Ottawa, Canada. The babysitter, who I'll refer to as Alyssa, was needed while the parents of Rocco were away for a week. According to Alyssa, Rocco was very quiet and kept to himself most of the time. He would stay in his room for a majority of the day, and would only come out to get food from the fridge or to go downstairs to play video games.
Sounds like me.
Alyssa tried to befriend the child the first day, but eventually gave up after realizing Rocco either didn't like her or was just a very unfriendly, creepy kid in general.
Oh, that scared me.
Alyssa would spend the majority of her shifts doing schoolwork and watching movies. She knew Rocco had an obsession with guns because of the amount of toy guns he had. They would lay across the house in varying rooms, ranging from Nerf guns to airsoft guns to varying types of toy guns. Alyssa had never been in Rocco's room yet though, but one night when Alyssa was having trouble sleeping, she heard Rocco sneak into her designated bedroom and was just standing by the doorway. She sat up in her bed and asked Rocco was something wrong. Then she just closed the door quickly and she heard him running back to his room.
What the hell?
The next day, Alyssa went into Rocco's room for the first time. Rocco wasn't in there and the light was off. This meant he was in the basement playing video games, as those were the only 2 rooms he'd ever be in according to Alyssa. He didn't even seem to seek hanging out with friends. Sprawled out on Rocco's floor were a bunch of papers. The first piece of paper that caught her attention was this drawing of a handgun. It wasn't anything really alarming. It just further demonstrated his fixation on guns.
Damn, he could draw good.
Alyssa dug through the papers though, and found 4 pieces of paper stapled together with 3 different staples. They formed what could best be described as a little storybook. First page looked to be the cover page, titled The Babysitter. Immediately,
Jesus.
Alyssa assumed this little book was about her.
bet.
But not wanting to get caught reading it, she took pictures of each page of the little booklet, as well as a picture of the handgun drawing, and left the room to go read it on her phone elsewhere. These were the pictures she had taken. This was the second page. Rocco wrote on it, "It was a regular day in the house, when Mom and Dad brought over the babysitter for the first time. There's something about her that I hate. I think it's how ugly she is.
Damn, he cold.
She's a huge nerd. I don't want her in the house. Not sure why my mom and dad hired her. I think I'm gonna have to kill her." The drawing on the page is what's supposed to be Alyssa sitting on the couch on her phone.
Apple.
And Rocco spying on her through the doorway. This was the next page. It's day 3 and she's still here. Parents think I'm a baby or something that needs an annoying, ugly babysitter that eats all our food and drinks. In this drawing, Rocco appears to be grabbing a kitchen knife while Alyssa's in the fridge. Nicole's disdain for his babysitter becomes increasingly apparent in a disturbing manner, but the next and last page is by far the worst. It says, "She caught me sneaking into her room. I have to be quieter next time." The picture is quite obviously Rocco holding a knife behind his back while Alyssa lay asleep in her bed. The implications of this picture are beyond transparent. Alyssa returned to Rocco's room while he was still in the basement, and lo and behold found a small kitchen knife on his bedside nightstand.
Oh my god.
Alyssa sent the pictures of the drawings and knife to Rocco's parents and then called them. At first the parents tried to convince her he must be joking around.
Nah.
They were apparently easily convinced that Rocco could have monstrous intentions. They had Rocco's grandmother take over that same day. Alyssa left the house never informing the police or any other authorities. She accepted her payment for the 2 weeks that night, and she accepted the parents' apologies, but not without recommending that they take their son to get some serious help.
Bruh, they need to take his ass to Child Protective Services, bruh. He needs to be on a FBI watch list, bruh. This is a serial killer in the making. Bruh got mad because his parents sent somebody to babysit? Oh my goodness, imagine she was a heavy sleeper. He would have killed that lady. They're like, oh, he's just playing around, but then they were convinced that he had monstrous intents, which means you knew your son is a psychopath. Oh my lord. See, this is why you don't babysit other people's kids, bruh. L to the no. I don't babysit. I only babysitted like a good 3 or 4 times, bro. Kids is weird as shit, bro. If you actually sit there and look at them and watch them for a little bit, they do some weird stuff that you just don't understand. I mean, they're kids. I get it. They're kids. They have an imagination. But you get kids like this, man, that play Grand Theft Auto and video games, and some of them think, oh, I could do that in real life. Ooh, man, I don't know. And then they put them on the grandmother. I hope the grandma's safe. Whoever this kid is, man, y'all need to keep a close eye on him, 100%. Don't hire no more babysitters, bruh. Or lock the door or something. But one thing I can say, to be 11, he draws pretty good. I mean, the illustration, you can see what everything was. He had the open refrigerator, the doorway, he drew the hallway, the bed. He drew all that stuff, man. He might be a good artist one day, but who knows? Man, that was creepy. But I'm gonna end it right here, guys. If you enjoyed my content, man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, support your boy. This video is by Mr. Nightmare, so if you guys haven't already, be sure you swoop down in the description box, click on that link, go watch the videos in entirety, because I was pausing and stopping and talking through the whole thing. Thank you guys so much for the support, man. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Zems, and welcome to the Crow's Nest. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Let me know down in the comment section if you have any creepy babysitter stories. Have you even heard of babysitting like weird kids or stuff like this? Have you ever been in contact or almost nearly killed by a kid? Let me know down in the comment section. I think it's a Netflix series called Killer Kids or something like that, or Killer Children. It was something like that. Go check it out.